Welcome to NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. The night rolls on in beautiful Seattle, Washington. The sun just beginning to disappear, but softball very much on the horizon. It is an elimination game between Washington, the number 16 seed, taking on Seattle University, who just survived beating Portland State in an elimination game. To keep their season going, the winner of this game will play tomorrow evening against Michigan. The Maize and Blue, 2 solo home runs to beat Gabby Plain and Washington earlier today, 2-1, to send the Huskies into the losers bracket and this elimination game all on the line for these two programs. Pam Ward, along with former University of Arizona 3-time All-American and 3-time national champ Jenny Dalton-Hill, and there's a lot of familiarity with these programs. They play each other every year. They're about 10 minutes apart, and Heather Tarr, the head coach, also knows the head coach for Seattle very well.
You're right. Coach Hirai actually was an assistant at Washington for 3 years, and so the two of them very familiar with one another. And we're going to see a new pitcher in the circle for Washington. We were expecting Gabby Plain, but Pat Moore will take the circle. The senior transfer from DePaul. She'll step in and take over for the circle for Washington. But check out over there on the right-hand side of your screen. This is Coach Hirai and Coach Tarr. One of those squads back there while Coach Hirai was on the campus. So a lot of familiarity, like you were saying, Pam.
So they also knew each other growing up in Redmond, Washington. So Coach Hirai and Coach Tarr go back literally to their childhood. So we got Pat Moore going instead of Gabby Plain for Washington. And Carly Nance, could there be any other pitcher that Seattle would want to throw out there?
It doesn't seem like it. She has made an appearance in every postseason game, coming in that last inning against Portland State to finish things out. She is their ace in the circle. It's going to be an exciting one here as both these teams face elimination here in the nightcap in Washington.
So Seattle, the Redhawks, relying on something they call possum power. It worked for a couple of teammates against Portland State. Will it work against the University of Washington? Seattle, Washington next. Welcome back to Seattle. One more game to go. The Washington Huskies, the number 16 seed, taking on Seattle University, the WAC champs, for the second straight season. And Washington is the visiting team in this game. Let's take a look at their season recap. They were the 16th seed, even though they finished second in the Pac-12 standings to UCLA. Heather Tarr's team ranked in the top 5 in the entire season, and yet underseeded. And Michigan, the Big Ten champs, set out to play them. Michigan beat them earlier today. That's why they're playing now. Bailey Klingler. As we take a look at our Capital One starting lineup for Washington, Bailey Klingler is the Texas A&M transfer that's made a lot of noise at UW.
Yeah, she's leading the team in batting average and power with 16 home runs on the year. A really good two-hole hitter for Washington.
So Washington playing in their home park, and even though they are the seeded team and Seattle is unseeded, Washington is the visiting team. NCAA likes to make things fair. So Carly Nance in the circle, and she did so much work just to get them here in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, she made an appearance in all 3 of their tournament games to get to this spot. Has also made an appearance in each of their games here in Seattle. She is a trusted arm, throwing in the mid-60s. She commands all of her pitches really well, has a full arsenal, so she'll throw anywhere in the zone with a drop, a rise, a curve, a screw. That changeup, watch out for it. It's coming in any count.
Sis Bates, one of the best leadoff hitters in the country, the grad student. 3 straight Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year awards, and she is creeping up on Sarah Pickering to become the Husky with the most hits in their career. Got another hit in the loss to Michigan. That was our first game. First pitch of that was 6 hours ago.
It has been a while ago. They had to sit out after that Michigan game and wait to see who would win the last one.
Bates sends it into center field. Good coverage by Vigiano to get Bates. Seattle Redhawks picked up their 30th win of the season. Jeff Hirai, who we mentioned in the Open, in his 6th year. And a couple of years ago in the NCAA, the last time they won the WAC, they beat Fordham 1-0 for their first tournament win. And they have tacked on another one by getting rid of, or by beating Portland State earlier. Here's Bailey Klingler. One pitch, and she's hit by it. Heather Tarr in her 17th year. Most wins at the University of Washington in any sport. 3 straight Women's College World Series.
And not only has she made it to the postseason, or made it to the World Series the last 3 years, but she's also one of the national team assistant coaches and will be in Tokyo this summer with Team USA.
So after the hit by pitch puts Klingler on base, here's Morgan Flores, the catcher, who earlier tonight, she got herself into the University of Washington history books.
Yeah, has the most postseason RBI now of any Husky, passing up Nakia Williams, who set the mark at 25. Flores passed it with a big home run in the last one, but it was not enough to get over the top of Michigan, who took that game 2-1.
Pops it up. Yep, Garcia drifting over towards second base to grab it.
And that's just really good communication, recognizing that a shortstop takes priority. And it looks like she's being a ball hog, but in that situation, she is the general of the infield, just like the center fielder is in command of the outfield. So if a shortstop calls you off, you give way, let him take it. Garcia, really one of those defensive specialists.
Starting at shortstop in this game for Seattle, Brooke Milder had been starting there the first couple of games. Garcia came in late in the game just concluded against Portland State to play short, and starts there in this second elimination game of the night for Seattle. There's Sammy Reynolds now for Washington. Washington just 3 hits in that 2-1 loss to Michigan earlier tonight. Jenny already mentioned the solo home run by Flores. There's a couple of solo home runs, Lou Allen and Taylor Bump, off Gabby Plain, who lost for just the 3rd time this season. Second time in the last couple of weeks, though. She lost a game against Stanford to close out the Pac-12 regular season last week. And Gabby Plain not starting for Washington.
Well, and I think that's the biggest storyline in this game. We expected to see Gabby Plain throw every single game here in this regional, but then after that loss to Michigan, Pat Moore will get the nod.
Nance, nice play to get Reynolds and end the inning. Klingler is stranded with Seattle coming to bat.
NCAA Softball Regionals is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
A view of the Space Needle in Seattle, where we are right now. The University of Washington taking on the University of Seattle. We go to the bottom of the first inning and take a look at our starting lineup, brought to you by Capital One for the Redhawks.
Yeah, down there in the 9 spot, Allison Matriotti did a really good job in the last game, going 2 for 3. Had a huge double and a hit to finish off her time in the 6th, but down there in the lineup doing a really good job of just flipping it back to the top to Viggiano, who will start it off.
Yeah, a lot of veterans in this lineup. 6 of the 9 starters will not be back next year. Viggiano, the center fielder, starting things off. She is a junior. She will be back next year and playing with that broken finger on her pointer finger or index finger on her left hand. So she doesn't have it on the bat. Seattle, the 3rd team to repeat as WAC champions. Winning it back-to-back in 19 and here in 21. And Pat Moore in the circle, the diminutive lefty.
Yeah, Pat Moore steps in mid-60s, throws a lot of curveball and drop ball, mixes that spin with other pitches. So expect to see kind of the curve drop or the curve changeup that needs to settle in quickly right now, filling the bottom of the zone against these Seattle U Redhawks.
Just a terrific play by Klingler to retire Viggiano.
I tell you what, defense over there on the corner has been a highlight in this regional. We've seen a ton of great plays by third baseman, and this one, another one. That ball was clearly going to go into that 5-6 hole without the great grab by Klingler.
Ali Choate, the right fielder. One of the leading batting average coming into this regional. Seattle is a team hitting just under 300 on the season.
Well, and Pam, I feel like we should mention what these white flecks are that are floating through the screen. For those viewers who have not been with us today, there are cottonwood trees that line Lake Washington out over the outfield wall, and those white flecks are actually cotton seeds floating down to the surface of the playing field.
Moore fields it, tosses over to get Choate for out number 2. It does look like snow wafting down onto the field, and Heather Tarr, the head coach for Washington, told us in their first game tonight against Michigan that she's never seen it quite this intense.
It's like the perfect Hallmark movie, right? It just flutters through the air.
Yep.
Like the Christmas scene all over the place. We saw some of the players trying to catch them on their tongues earlier in the day, also making snowballs out of them and throwing them at each other. I mean, this is actually light compared to what it's been throughout the day today. It has been a heavy downpour of those cottonwood seeds throughout the day.
Haley Thompson, the senior from Tucson, 2-time first-team All-WAC performer, up against Moore. Well, that came really close to her. In fact, I would say the cottonwood seed is more realistic as snow as the Hallmark snow on some of those films.
Yeah, if any of those producers are watching, it looks like Washington's the perfect place to film your Christmas special this time of year.
Come to Seattle in May. Thompson, did she offer? Yes, she did, according to Eric Hawthorne, who's down at first. Matt Jacks calling balls and strikes for us this evening. Matt Moore comes out with a big smile on her face. That one got away.
Just a bit outside.
There you go. Classic film, Major League. 3-1 pitch now on the way to Thompson. Nipped the corner. Boy, Thompson thought she drew a walk, but instead the count goes full.
That was a really good sell by the batter, but she's got to make sure she steps back in there, gives a little look back to the umpire, draw on the full count.
Thompson beats it into the ground. Klingler, nothing to it. 1-2-3 inning. Good start for Pat Moore, getting the nod over Gabby Plain.
This is the party that every player wants to be at. It's going to be passionate softball for sure. Back to crown a national champion for the first time since 2019. They get to chase history here.
June the 3rd at noon Eastern Time. That is 9 Pacific for all of our friends watching in the Great Pacific Northwest tonight. And that is when it all begins. The Women's College World Series. Washington, the number 16 seed in an elimination game. We've already had some upsets earlier today. Liberty sending Tennessee home, winning in Knoxville. Arizona State losing on their home field as well. So we head to the top of the second inning. Yes, we're playing in Washington, but Washington is the designated visitor. Kelly Lynch is the first baseman for the Huskies.
Yeah, Lynch is the other player that I was thinking might throw if Plain was not in the circle, but they gave the nod to Pat Moore, who Seattle U has not seen this year, even though they faced each other twice.
They played each other twice in the Husky Classic in mid-March, played right in this stadium, and Gabby Plain pitched in both games, had a complete game 2-hitter and a complete game 4-hitter for Washington. So they have not seen Moore or any other of the Washington pitchers.
When it comes to Kelly Lynch, she was the National Gatorade Player of the Year back in 2019, came into Washington to try to help that girl right there, Gabby Plain, in the circle. But so far, Lynch just has not been able to determine her identity. Is she a pitcher who hits or a hitter who pitches? And so far, just has not been able to really develop that mentality in the circle, that killer instinct to go right at hitters. Has thrown over 50 innings for Washington this year. But there, the head coach for Washington, Heather Tarr, gives the nod to Pat Moore in this one.
And that has been the story, or one of the stories for Washington all season. Gabby Plain, Gabby has been so dominating for them, dominant, second only to Keely Rochard in strikeouts in the entire country, but they have not developed that number 2 starter. And Coach Tarr said that that is something that when they went into the season, they're thinking, hey, we want to win the Pac-12, and the best way to do that is with one of the best pitchers going, and that's with Gabby. And in the meantime, as Lynch sends that foul and out, Lynch is second in innings, as you mentioned, with just over 50 on the season, whereas Plain has well over 200.
Plain has been the workhorse in the circle for the Huskies. She was the Pac-12 Pitcher of the Year and just the 3rd Husky to do so.
Nance gets the strikeout of Lynch.
Yeah, that was a great spot on the outside corner. Did a really good job of just setting that pitch up in the at-bat. Out there, outside corner. Great frame back behind the dish by Bailey Thompson. A great looking strikeout. And Pam, the unique thing in this one, because Washington is the visiting team, they actually are not in their typical dugout. They're across the diamond over on the first base side because of the way the home and visitor lineup has been made. And I'll tell you, it's so weird to be at your home stadium and be in the visitor dugout. It kind of takes you out of your element a little bit. Tough to adjust to that really unique feature of this Super Regional as you fall into the losers bracket.
And also
crazy thing is,
yeah, go ahead.
Well, the crazy thing is the fans, the tickets had to be issued so far in advance that they're on the opposite sides.
Noel, he sends it over the bleachers. Washington strikes first.
Well, and he has been swinging a big bat all day, just has not been able to connect. Had a walk in the first game, but this one, a pitch left big. And the swing connects down in the zone, is able to get the barrel down to it, stays in her legs, drives hard through that one. Watch out. It's going to be over your head. You'll be all right, but the Huskies take the 1-run lead.
That is the 8th home run of the year for he, the senior from Orange, California, who is having by far her best season, hitting around 300 on the year. Her previous career high, 273 in her freshman year. And that's going to be a nice little sigh of relief, I would think, for Washington to take the early lead in this elimination game. They've really been struggling all weekend offensively, coming in one of the best teams, in fact, second in the Pac-12 and average 15th in the nation in batting average coming in, but the hits have been hard to come by this weekend.
Yeah, they came in with 64 home runs into today, a team batting average of 326, 60 stolen bases. I mean, their numbers offensively and speed-wise very good, but have not been able to find the key hits and manufacture runs to push across the win against Storako, who 6th in the nation in ERA pitching for Michigan. So here they fall to the losers bracket, coming against a team that they beat twice back in mid-March.
Kaya Gibson getting the start for the second time tonight, playing center field and batting in the 7th position. Grad student from Redmond, Washington, which is the hometown of both of our head coaches this evening.
When we talked to Coach Heather Tarr about Kaya Gibson, she said, you know, I just have so much respect for this athlete. She is a redshirt senior who has had to pay her own way to return back to school, a super senior for this Husky team. Came into it with just 42 at-bats under her belt, hitting just a tick over 300, 1 home run on the year, but that kind of dedication to be a Husky. Coach Heather Tarr recognizing that.
Coach Tarr, a Husky herself, played on a couple of Women's College World Series teams, was a 3-time All Pac-10 at the time performer. Graduated in '98 and already in her 17th season as the head coach. Second strikeout of the inning for Nance.
And Gibson lost her hand off the bat. So as she swings so hard, look at that. One hand falling off the bat, but luckily holds on. Nobody gets hurt by it, except for the Huskies, who record their second out and second strikeout here in the inning.
Taryn Atlee, first pitch swinging. Fifth-year infielder, started her collegiate career at Rutgers. She was a first-team All-Big Ten performer in her freshman year. And came back to the West Coast.
Hatley held up that swing thinking it wasn't going to fall in for a strike. Recognized after that it would drop in. It's a really good pitch for Nance.
Nance ahead 1-2. A little bit too high for Hatley, listed at 5'3".
When a hitter facing a pitcher like Nance, who's going to fill the zone and then dance around it as she gets ahead, you have to have a yes, 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 no mentality, meaning you're going to swing until the pitch dictates that you shouldn't.
And then Hatley takes it right up the middle for the second Husky hit of the inning. Lily Agan getting the start in right field. First start of this regional for her. Freshman from Noonan, Georgia. Who came in as a pinch hitter in the loss to Michigan earlier this evening. Portland State just over the right field wall. That's the practice field for the football team, and they had their season end with a loss to Seattle. Nice play by Merwin, steps on the bag to end the inning, but the Huskies strike first. Noelle He with the home run. Washington up 1-0.
Earlier today, Michigan took on Washington in our opener. Stracco, 13 strikeouts on the day. Plain had 4, but it was a back-to-back jacks by Michigan that was her demise. Lou Allen, Taylor Bump came away. Then in the next half inning, Morgan Flores was able to respond, but Washington not able to get enough. Alex Stracco, 13 strikeouts in that one, and they push themselves into the championship game. They will face the winner of this game here in our nightcap, Washington versus Seattle U.
And that will be tomorrow night at 8 Eastern time. If Michigan wins that game, they are through to the Super Regionals. If they lose that game, we will play winner-take-all game later on Sunday night. Portland State departing with a loss. Seattle with a come-from-behind win. Pat Moore with the ball in her hands. Heading into the circle now with a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second inning.
Portland State finished their season. Yeah. Finished their season just a game ago. And now having that last team meeting out there in the practice field, the football practice field. And Pam, remember, it's late. I mean, oh, I think it's late. I guess it's only 9:30 in Washington, but that's a pretty important meeting out there for that Portland State team as they walk away having to say goodbye to 9 seniors.
Yeah, not just the season ending, but as you mentioned, in many cases, careers coming to a close, and they were the Big Sky champions. Got together in late January, first time they were able to do any softball activities whatsoever, and somewhat of a Cinderella season. Winning the Big Sky as the 5th seed with an overall losing record and having their season come to a close earlier tonight. But what a year it was. Head coach Meadow McWhorter, the rest of her squad out there.
You know, the quality that I recognize there is every player's eyes is looking at coach. They're making sure that they're making eye contact with their leader.
Moore gets the strikeout. Got Cathcart looking.
Pitcher, number 12, Carly Nance.
And now Carly Nance coming to the plate.
We've talked about the power numbers of Nance, how they've come on here at the end of the year for this redshirt senior. She has 5 home runs on the year, 3 of those coming in the WAC conference tournament, and the other 2 coming just the week before. So all 5 of her home runs coming on here right as she entered the postseason.
Carly Nance, first time in the history of the WAC. She was the back-to-back tournament most valuable player. No one else had ever accomplished that. Won all 3 games as a pitcher. And as Jen mentioned, hit 3 home runs. Having a little self-talk at the plate.
And that self-talk can be very helpful as long as it's positive things that are going through your head, right? As long as you're not talking yourself out of the at-bat, which can happen at times when you start to get in your head.
Stayed on that pitch, but hit it to Sis Bates. Lynch grabs it, second out of the inning.
Yeah, when you talk about defense, there's your Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year sitting in that shortstop slot, able to be the 3-time Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, the only time that's ever been done by one player in the Pac-12.
Yeah, you do not want to hit it towards the shortstop when Sis Bates is out there. Chances are you'll be retired. And here's Cherise Sylvan. What Coach Heather Tarr said about Sis Bates, said she's the most normal person ever. Just goes out, does her stuff, does it well, does it ridiculously well.
Yeah, it was fun to hear her. We asked, tell us something we don't know about Sis Bates. We feel like she's one of those players that most people around the country know quite a bit about, but she said, you know what? She's just a pretty normal athlete. She loves to recognize her teammates, very humble.
Second strikeout of the inning. Pat Moore with the 1-0 lead. Welcome back to the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. Beautiful Saturday night. Get a look at downtown Seattle, Puget Sound, and we're just a little bit north in the campus of the University of Washington. Noelle He with the solo home run in the second inning. All the offense so far for both sides in this elimination game. The winner will take on the University of Michigan tomorrow night at 8 Eastern Time from here in Seattle to see who advances to the Super Regional. And here is the very normal Sis Bates leading things off for the University of Washington. She's so dangerous.
And what you see is the bunt is never off the table for Sis Bates. Great speed down the line, but a great feel for the game, recognizing where her corner defenders were. She saw that they were back, dropped that bunt, beats it out down the line, and Washington in a really good spot with the leadoff runner on here in the top of the third.
Setting up Klingler, who was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. Klingler, one of the rare athletes from Texas who is playing in the Pac-12, specifically here at the University of Washington, but she and Sis Bates played on the USA National Junior team a few years ago, and Klingler decided to transfer up to Washington, and that's quite a 1-2 punch with Bates in the one hole, Klingler right after her in the lineup.
Yeah, so much RBI potential. She's the only Pac-12 athlete with 50 runs and 50 RBI on the season. And a really smart hitter. She moves around in the box. I don't know if you've noticed this today, Pam, but she'll move around in the box to try to bait a pitcher into giving her the pitch that she's looking for. So if she's looking for a pitch on the outside part of the plate, she'll stand off the plate and then look to hit the other way. I mean, just a really smart hitter that can hit all zones.
Takes that one into right field. Bates with great speed gets over to third, and then Klingler heads up, takes the extra base.
And Klingler really likes that pitch up in the zone. We've seen her swing and miss at pitches up over her head, but this one is a pitcher's pitch up at the shoulders on the outside part of the plate. Allows it to get deep enough, and then the heads-up play as the ball goes all the way over to third, uses her wheels to put herself in scoring position as well.
So second and third with nobody out for Morgan Flores. So single for Klingler, who advanced on the throw that went into third to try to get Bates. Sent skyward toward Viggiano. Bates tagging, fakes, and retreats back to third. Good throw in. Trying to bait, you get the throw, and if the throw is errant, Bates could probably come in to score, but playing it safe with nobody out. Good play by Viggiano to come in and keep everybody right where they are. Sammy Reynolds out on a comebacker to the pitcher in the first inning.
Sammy Reynolds still looking for her first hit in this regional, has not come away with one yet. Sitting in the 4-hole, has a great opportunity now with 2 runners in scoring position to be able to punch a couple through.
And that gets by the first baseman. Bates comes in to score. And Reynolds showing her speed, getting all the way over to second.
And that's just aggressive base running. That's the way you've got to be able to run the bases to be successful in the postseason. 60 feet closer to home plate always bodes well. That ball, as it goes into the outfield, she does not let up. It ball into the 3-4 hole, fielded very cleanly out there by Ali Choate in right. It's cut off as they thought that the run would be coming home, but it didn't. Sammy Reynolds finds her first hit in the postseason and gets a run in.
Good time to get your first hit. It's one of the few times that Washington has been able to string together hits all weekend. Here's Lynch again, struck out looking her first time up. Post 1-1 pitch, call the ball.
Yeah, unless you're looking to hit that one, that's a good take by Lynch, even if it's recorded as a strike. My guess is she was not looking on the outside corner to really try to put a charge in it.
Stephanie Madrigal up and throwing for Seattle, who has 3 pitchers who made all conference teams in the WAC. Earlier today in the elimination game, Noelle He, last swing was a home run. This one's going to bring runs home, going all the way to the wall. Noelle He clears the bases. 3 more Huskies score.
Timely hitting, that has been the piece that Washington has been missing. Beautiful swing on a pitch that just hung a little high. It's a drop ball out of the hand of Nance. But she loves that spot. Goes down and gets it, drives it all the way to the wall. Doesn't try to elevate this pitch, just hopes to get this one through the infield. But as it rolls all the way to the wall and misses the cut on its way back in, she puts herself in scoring position as she plates a couple more.
So Carly Nance, who has been a stalwart, especially in the postseason, has been lifted, and Madrigal comes in. Washington putting up 4 runs here in the 3rd inning. 4 RBIs for Noelle He already.
Madrigal going to be a much different look for Seattle U as she steps in from the right side. Uses her changeup a little bit more, but that's a tough outing for Nance. She has been so good in the circle. She's seen action in every postseason game so far for Seattle U.
Yeah, so dependable, and as we mentioned, was the most valuable player of the WAC tournament. Just a tough outing as the Washington Bats finally have come alive. They really have been struggling to string together hits, and here in this inning, they have 4 hits and a walk.
The bottom of the lineup just had not been very productive for Washington as they went through that Michigan game as well. But now He, kind of that missing piece that they've been able to add down there in the bottom of the lineup with a lot of production.
Kaya Gibson with runner in scoring position. Lily Sheely, number 6, coming in to pinch run for He. Over at second. Senior from San Diego. And a 3-0 on the way. That's twice now that Gibson wanted to toss the bat and go down to first.
And rarely do you see a batter talk to an umpire. You hope that that doesn't go against her. But Heather Tarr was telling her runner out there at second base hey, he makes sure you see this ball on a line. Don't need you doubled off as we find our momentum offensively.
3 straight strikes after Madrigal fell behind Gibson 3-0.
I mean, that is an amazing battle there in the circle, coming away with a huge strikeout, even though she had the disadvantage going into it. But the bottom of the lineup really needing to find some more production.
Now, the first 2 games against Portland State and then Michigan, just 9 hits for Washington. They only had 3 of them against Michigan earlier today, and look what they've done just in this game in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, able to extend almost all of those numbers already. So the hits category may not have surpassed the number. We're still 3 behind it, but much better offensive production in this game than the first 2 combined.
And the most important number was that number on the right, that right-hand column, runs.
Runs.
Yeah, you get 4 runs in your first 2 games. They've already gotten 4 runs in this inning, 5 runs in the first 3. This is the Washington offense that we've been used to seeing all season. '15th in the nation in batting average coming into this regional, and boy, now finally stringing together some hits. All started at the top with Bates with her bunt single, Klingler single, RBI single Reynolds, a walk, and then the big 3-run double by He. That's a tapper. Everybody safe. As Atley beats it out.
Well, and Pam, the difference in that one right there is how fast she was able to get down the line. Some hitters get frustrated when they miss-hit a ball like that and don't choose to come out of the box hard. The difference in that one is how hard she came out of the box and then just continued to go, recognizing an opportunity to extend this inning. She had to use her speed to get down the line. That's a championship mindset right there. Hard out of the box and extend the inning.
The Heather Tarr quote about Atley, a tiny human who always gives her best. And we saw that as she just busted out of the box and beat out the throw. There she is. Atley listed at 5'3". And the tiny human is on first base. Or Lily Egan. Coach's words, not mine. Now Egan hits it over to Garcia, throws it errantly. The ball skips away. And now the bases are full, or the bases have just on the corners now for the Huskies. And now they're gonna, Washington now leads at 6-0. Sheely
so let's
scored.
take a look and let's see what happened. So it's a base hit, or a hit over to the shortstop, but the throw gets away from Cathcart over there at first base, and the ricochet sends it all the way over to second. So there's no opportunity for Egan to get to second, but so much hustle out of Atley puts her on the corner as well. So Washington plates another one, but puts himself right back in the same position with runners on the corners.
Yep, Sheely, the pinch runner, came in to score. It was a single for Egan. She gets the RBI. Atley goes to second and then third on the, advanced to second on the single, advanced to third on the throwing error. So the E6 for Garcia as the run comes in and runners on the corners. And Washington has batted around in the 3rd inning. Bates singled and scored earlier in the inning. And now she's up in another RBI situation. Hagan took second base, so now runners on second and third, and they're going to have to hurry.
The top of the third for Washington, 5 runs on 6 hits.
And Sis Bates,
There were 2 left.
one of the rare times she's going to get thrown out with a ball in the infield, but boy, what an inning it was. The Huskies played 5. Let's take a look now at our Capital One rewarding performance, and what a night already for Noelle He.
Not only did she get the bomb, but look at that one. A double back up the middle, scored 3. Woo, it was a bases clearing double. The Huskies looking at He, and they sit on a 6-0 lead because of her.
That's right, she has the home run and 3-run double, so 4 RBIs already. That was a 5-run, 6-hit third inning for the Washington Huskies, and they chased Nance, the starter. Look at Sis Bates being Sis Bates.
I love the emotion coming out of Sis Bates. Every time she makes those plays, just fires up the whole Husky team. How did she get to that? I mean, that was a sharply hit ball over the head. Check out the hops. Woo! Nice out.
And Sis Bates is only 5'4", but that reaction time, again, the 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. There you go, graphics department. She's won it 3 times in the Pac-12. No one else has ever done that, and she just showed you why she wins that year after year after year. Robbing Merwin of a base hit. And Mildler up. Brooke Milder, the sophomore. Is there any doubt that she was going to be thrown out by Sis Bates? 2 away. Now, Allison Matriotti, the number 9 hitter. First time that she has been up, and here we are in the third inning. And Washington starting Pat Moore, and she has been perfect so far in this game. Allison Matriotti, along with Ali Choate, came up with this possum power. They talked about just doing all the dirty things, whatever you can to win. And there's Choate. And that really worked out in their win against Portland State to get to this game. And they have a little possum dance. And something that they came up with to try to motivate themselves, get through this season.
And Coach Hirai says, hey, whatever it takes, if that's the crazy stuff they need to do to make sure we win, I'm all for it. They even gave him a little possum keychain for him to carry around this season.
Which he does proudly. Doesn't work that time. That's foul ball, so she'll get another chance. This is
There's
it,
the
Jen.
possum
This
dance.
is the possum dance. When things go well, the possums get going. And a lot to celebrate in that come from behind win. against Portland State, surviving that elimination game, and now in another one against Washington. The Seattle team that's so successful with the back-to-back WAC championships, but gosh, they are really going to have to reload next year. So many seniors, 6 of them in the everyday starting lineup. Coach Hirai. Matriotti and Choate, the 2 Possum Power players, will not be back next year. They are among those who will be moving on after this season. But what a way to go out. You win the WAC again, you get to play again at Husky Stadium and do your dance.
Well, this Seattle U team ended their 2019 season at this Washington Regional as well. They were able to get that first postseason win against Fordham in the regional, but then lost to Mississippi State twice. So able to get their second win here in 2021 at the exact same regional here in Washington, that one coming over Portland State.
Seattle University is about a 10-minute drive to the campus of the University of Washington, and the NCAA likes to keep things, they like bus rides. Conceivably, they could have walked to the ballpark, so there's about as close as you can get. This is the second full count for Moore, who is not allowed a base runner yet. Ninth pitch of the at-bat coming up. Good at-bat for Matriotti at the bottom of the lineup. That time it was fair. A few pitches later, Lynch picks it up, steps on the bag. Moore perfect through 3. Welcome back to Seattle. Washington with a 6-0 lead over Seattle University as we head now to the top of the 4th inning. And we are joined by Red Hawks head coach Jeff Hirai. And coach, a little bit of a hiccup there, boy. Carly Nance has just been terrific for you in the postseason, but a tough 3rd inning. Can you just talk about what Carly has done just to get you to this point?
She's just a competitor. I mean, she just gets after it, and you got to tip your cap to UW. They came out swinging, and we're still in it. We're just going to keep fighting, keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, we know that your team's a group of fighters, but you've got 6 in your starting lineup that will not be returning for you next year. What have they meant to this program?
Everything. To get us where we are, I owe it to them. They do everything for this program, and they've bought into this program, and they've left their mark on this program.
Yeah, they certainly have with the 2 straight WAC championships. Coach, thanks again for your time.
Thank you very much, and go Red Hawks.
Yeah, we know that they're not going to give up. They're scrappy, just like their head coach, Coach Hirai. When we talked to him earlier in the week, he talked about, he says, I'm a little guy, I'm about 5'6", and he's like, I have that little guy complex. He's a fighter, he's a scrapper, and we've seen that from his Seattle University team this weekend. They had to come from behind to beat Portland State to get to this game, but this is a larger mountain to climb right now against the University of Washington.
Yeah, their team motto this under Coach Hirai is go for it. He said, we get after it. We are fighters, and in that swing, that's a big swing, but Klingler lost the bat.
And they'll get some extra dirt after losing the bat on that swing.
Well, you like to have a loose grip on the bat, but that might be a little too loose.
Just a little loose. Look what Coach has done since taking the program. Now in his 6th year, he said he had a plan coming in. And the 4th year, he wanted to win the WAC, and they did just that. Klingler is safe, just beating out the throw.
Yeah, that first in the 4th year, got 40 wins, was able to win the WAC. One of those milestones that he talked about. He says this team has taken on his mentality. They're gritty, they fight for everything that they want. And this team plays a really tough schedule. He says he likes to take on the big dogs.
Flores picked up by Cathcart. Klingler advances to 2nd. Seattle with a school record 40 wins back in 2019. They won the WAC regular and tournament titles first time. And as you mentioned, they beat Fordham 1-0, their first win in an NCAA tournament in this Seattle Regional right here. 2nd in the WAC during the regular season. This season, 1 game behind New Mexico State, but behind Carly Nance's bat as well as her performance in the circle. They won the WAC tournament to get the automatic bid and come right back to Washington. Reynolds with the comebacker. Gets Klingler over to 3rd now with 2 away.
First baseman, number 27, Kelly Lynch.
And here's Kelly Lynch, who was one of 5 players to cross the plate in the 3rd inning. Here's Washington already 5 batters into their 3rd time around in the lineup. And on the other side, they've just gone through once.
Yeah, it was that big 3rd inning that really pushed a ton of batters through. Seattle U just a hiccup that inning. Had to relieve the starter, Carly Nance. Madrigal took the circle, but Washington finding their offense, the thing that had been eluding them through most of this Seattle Regional.
Just 4 runs scored in their first 2 games. Losing 2-1 to Michigan to get into the elimination portion of this regional. Shut out Portland State on opening day. Gabby playing with a complete game 2-hitter. Lynch goes down. Still 6-0 Washington. Seattle coming up in the bottom of the 4th. Are back in Seattle. Washington leading Seattle U 6-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th in this elimination game. Joined now by Washington head coach Heather Tarr, and Gabby Plain has been your superstar all season long. Pat Moore so far working out today. Go talk about your decision to start Pat in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Gabby gave us all she had in the game against Michigan, and could have gone either way, you know. Didn't score for Gabby, unfortunately. Now we got to work backwards to her, and Pat's doing a pretty good job so far.
Well, and you finally found your bats. This is the offense that we've been expecting to come out of Washington. What was the message coming into this game for the offense?
You know how offense is sometimes. It kind of gets stuck a little bit. When it goes, it goes. And so we're just going to try to ride the wave and keep going 1 pitch at a time.
And the wave has been good so far. Thanks again for your time, Coach.
Go Dogs. Hi, Mom.
Yes. Mom Artie and brother Josh looking. Yep. And let's not forget their cat Huckle, who, there you go, there they are. And on the right, her late father, Vic, in the cutouts. There's Huckle. Which one is Huckle?
Yep.
There's a 50-50 chance one of those cats
Kelly Lynch's neighbor's dog underneath there. Yeah,
Huckle
Cheeto on the left.
On the right.
Huckle on the right. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
It's a family
Good job,
affair
Ed.
out here at the ballpark.
Yep. And her mom, RD, who's been and brother Josh, no doubt looking on. And really, gosh, Pat Moore, you talked about it coming in.
There's your furry friends, Pam.
Cute
Cheeto,
dog.
Huckle, and Kelly
Cute
Lynch's
dog.
neighbor's dog.
Yes, I like that. Kelly Lynch's neighbor's dog, who she is basically sort of semi-adopted.
Yeah, she
among the
says,
cutouts
it's basically
here.
mine.
Yep. The Husky Softball Stadium. Pam Moore, Jenny Dalton Hill joining you, and Washington with a breaking out the bats. Just 4 runs in their first 2 games. Beat Portland State 3-0 last night in the opening round, and then the 2-1 loss to Michigan that put them on this side of the bracket. The Heather Tarr's bats coming alive, and Seattle so far has not been able to get on base against Pat Moore, who's Vigiano lined out on a nice play by Klingler at third base to start the game. And you heard Coach Tarr talk about that decision to not go with Gabby Plain, who she talked to us a couple of days ago, said they were going to ride her this postseason, but boy, Pat Moore has come in and has been perfect through the first 3 innings. They're hoping that Plain will be able to pitch 2 games tomorrow, because they will need to be, whoever wins this game, they will need to beat Michigan twice to keep it going. Sis Bates, are you kidding?
You've got to be kidding me. On her knees in the 5-6 hole. Just another web gem. She makes that look so easy. And Pam, that is one of the most difficult plays. Defense pulled in, recognizing that as a slapper, she's gonna have to let go of this one quick. She doesn't even go into her throw. She actually is standing up while she's throwing. Look at this, from the knees, falling backwards, and still comes away with the out. Man, the defense of Sis Bates, kind of like a fadeaway jumper out there at shortstop.
And Vigiano runs very well. And she got her by, it wasn't close.
No.
Officially not close. Wow, what a treat to watch her play shortstop. Here's Allie Choate. Let's take a look. It's worth at least another look.
How in the world? Not only does she get that ball and make the clean transfer, but Pam, that's a slapper. That is not somebody slow coming down the baseline.
That is just a tremendous play by Bates. Now in college basketball, women's college basketball, which I cover, there is a defensive national player of the year. There is not one in softball. I think we need to start it right now, and she wins it. What do you think? It will be the Pam and Jenny Award. Sis Bates will be our inaugural winner.
Well, I don't know that one's going to take off. I mean, I wish that it did, but
it's probably an idea. Maybe change the name of it. We'll get a sponsor.
There you go. That's all it takes, right? A sponsor?
Right. Or you could just call it the Sis Bates Award and start it next year, but she's just been spectacular. Yeah, pitchers get awards. You have, people like Jocelyn Allo who are honored for their incredible prowess at the plate. But boy, playing defense, right? Pitching, defense, hitting. Come on. National Defensive Player of the Year. Get on it, Jen. Here she is again. Lights out.
She's just a vacuum over there. Well, and Pam, I think that's one of the things that this year's top 3 Player of the Year finalists just don't have at all in their repertoire. We've got Garcia, who is a pitcher who hits and does so very well. She's a 2-time defending National Player of the Year. Then you've got Jocelyn Allo at Oklahoma, who is not really a solid defender. They kind of move her around utility-wise, but is hitting lights out. Tons of home runs, just tons of RBIs. And then your third player is actually not even in the game. It's Gabby Plain for Washington, and she's a pitcher only. So there's not any defensive highlight reels that you're going to see coming out of those top 3 finalists. But Sis Bates coming away with some just amazing plays. Deep in that 5-6 hole, comes away with a strike. Check out the hops, able to get that one. Defense moving over towards second base, coming away with another nice play up the middle. And then the fadeaway jumper for the 3. Nabs it. Now, Pam, I know you're a basketball star or a basketball fan,
yeah.
but when it comes to that one, man, she's just so good.
And that's just stuff that she's done tonight. Could you imagine her career highlight reel for Bates?
Well, they post a lot of amazing things on Twitter, but she, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year in the Pac-12. And that's never been done by one solo player. It was shared at one point by another player that had won it 3 times, but Sis is the only one able to come away with it 3 times in a row all by herself.
And then you saw that those are the career numbers. How about a career 387 batting average on top of being the best defensive player in the country?
Yeah, not too shabby,
Defensive
huh?
Player of the Year, yep. Bailey Thompson swings through. And then Sis comes in to give a little pep yell to Pat Moore.
And the Pat and Jenny Award, are we calling it that? I mean, the P&J?
Oh, hit right to Taryn Atley. Sis Bates and Washington up 6-0. Welcome back to the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. Women's College World Series is just around the corner, returning to Oklahoma City beginning Thursday, June 3rd at noon Eastern, live on ESPN. For more information, go to NCAA.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. As we approach 1:30 in the morning, for those of you on the East Coast, way to hang in there. Come on, you got this.
Wake it up. It's the top
Come
of the
on
5th.
now.
You can do this. Noelle, he needs you.
That's right. Noelle He at the plate has done some damage. A solo home run, then a 3-run double. Driving in 4 of Washington's 6 runs in this elimination game. Pat Moore pitching a perfect game for Washington. You can't go to bed when there's a perfect game going on.
Not me, Pam. I'm here with you
No
till
way.
the end.
Absolutely. You'd be stripped of your fandom if you go to bed during a perfect game. Seattle with Madrigal taking over for the starter, Carly Nance. Got the start several hours ago in their other elimination game where they beat Portland State. Third time that Washington and Seattle U have played. They played in the Husky Classic back in March. Gabby Plain pitched both games, won them both. But if Washington can hang on to this lead, they're going to have a fresh Gabby Plain tomorrow. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific will be the game against Michigan. Michigan just needs to win 1 game to advance to the Super Regionals as an unseeded team. As the Big Ten champion, both Washington and Michigan underseeded, upset with the draw last Sunday by the committee. Michigan with the 2-1 win over Washington to put them into this elimination side of the bracket.
Yeah, we talked with Heather Tarr about the seeding, this number 16 seed. She said, you know, we just feel like the Pac-12 was disrespected, knowing that Washington finished second in the Pac-12, and yet Arizona came in with a higher seed. ASU came in with a higher seed.
Bobbled and held. The first time they've gotten heat out as Cathcart was able to recover.
Yeah, able to keep her wits about her, grab that one. Finally got a fork put in it and got the first out of the inning.
Number 32, Kaya Gibson.
Kaya Gibson had struck out twice, once to Nance, the starter, and then Madrigal got her looking. And Madrigal coming in and facing Gibson. Gibson was the first Husky she saw tonight.
And I actually like this nod to Stephanie Madrigal in the circle. She did replace Nance, who started this one, who has been masterful throughout the postseason for Seattle U. But Madrigal in the circle, when she faced Washington earlier in the year, came away with 7 strikeouts in the 5 innings that she pitched against them. So
And a little bit of an adventure down there at first for Cathcart.
sure is. That was a sharply hit ball. She did a really good job of just knocking it down, keeping it in front. And that's what you got to do. You just got to square it up, get your feet in front of it. Did a really good job of just keeping the ball near. Came away with the tag.
Now Taryn Atlee coming up for the 3rd time. Taryn is 2 for 2. Washington has not been retired in order in any innings so far in this game. Ooh. That looked pretty nice. Chance for Garcia, and not in time. The speed of Atlee. She is now 3 for 3, 2 of those hits infield singles.
Yeah, speed changes a game. To be able to put the ball on the ground and run it out. Just a perfect night for Atlee. Hard out of the box, down the line, and she extends the inning. And so like you were talking about earlier, Pam, Seattle U has not been able to retire Washington in order all night.
That's right, and the speed of Atlee keeping things going now for Lily Agan, freshman who had infield single herself in that 5-run 3rd inning. 6 runs now on 10 hits for Washington. Breaking out the stick after being quiet the first couple of games here in the regional. Seattle still has not had a base runner. Egan. It's going to be another tough one, even if it was fielded cleanly by Garcia. Egan, so fast, probably would have beaten it out anyway, but now 2 on without the ball leaving the infield.
Well, and both of these hitters at the bottom of the lineup, both Atley and Egan, so fast. Egan actually ran track, so really good running form, able to keep this one on the infield. A slow roller over there to shortstop, not handled well by Garcia. And this inning continues to extend.
So a couple of infield singles turn the lineup over for Sis Bates. She has a bunt single and has scored a run. Added twice in that 5-run third inning. They've changed the scoring on Egan. Now it has been called an error, not an infield single, so an E6 puts Egan on base. Quite a difference, too. Not just the Washington bats coming alive, but particularly the bottom of the order, Atley and Egan, combining for 4 hits in this game. After the bottom of the lineup for Washington really struggled in the first couple of games in this region.
When you heard Coach Tarr address that in her in-game interview, as she talked about sometimes you just fall into a little bit of a slump, and that's where those bats were. They went quiet at the beginning of this regional, but now coming alive in this one.
Sis Bates takes it all the way to the wall. Couple of runs come in to score. Washington doing damage with 2 outs. And Sis Bates, who has shown us that she can do it with her glove, just did it with her bat, and it's 8-0.
And so this one just left over the outside corner. Madrigal recognizes that is going to be a couple of runs that come around. But in this at bat, doesn't try to do too much, just punches it the other way and allows the speed on the bases to come around. An easy stand-up double. And Washington now in a situation where they can end this one early. Look at how quick you've got these runners on the bases. The 2 fastest players on the team for Bates, and they scored 2.
Klingler lines it, Merwin grabs it, but Sis Bates with the 2-run double, infield single, an error, and then the 2-run double, all with 2 outs. Washington up 8-0. Pat Moore pitching a perfect game.
And Sis Bates, not only is she good on defense, but she knocks in 2 more for Washington.
Welcome back to the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. Here we go to the bottom of the 5th inning in an elimination game in Seattle. There's the Husky. Statue of one anyway, here on the campus of the University of Washington. That's outside the basketball arena. And Sis Bates with the 2-out, 2-run double has now put Washington in the run rule situation, and Pat Moore, and by the way, plays a heck of a shortstop. Pat Moore is pitching a perfect game. A calculated risk by Coach Heather Tarr to start her instead of Gabby Plain, and all she's doing is pitching a perfect game as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Madison Cathcart starting things off. Moore, the DePaul transfer, has never pitched a no-hitter. And here she is, perfect, going into the 5th. Moore has had 3 complete games in her 3 years at Washington, but no no-nos and certainly no perfect game. Just trying to get these last 3 outs. Sure, everybody could use the rest because they've got to beat Michigan twice tomorrow. That game will be on 8 Eastern Time, 5 Pacific. Michigan beating Washington 2-1 earlier this evening. Solo home runs back-to-back off Plain in the 6th inning by Lou Allen and Taylor Bump. And in the bottom of the 6th, Morgan Flores with the home run for Washington. They have broken loose for 8 runs, doubling their scoring output from the first two games, of this regional.
And offensive output is going to be the key for Washington. They've got Gabby Plain in the circle, who has been masterful. She did give up those 2 solo shots in the game against Michigan, but other than that, she's kept the scoring down, and Washington was just unable to hit their way out of that Michigan deficit. Flores did a really good job of putting another home run up on the board, but I tell you what, Pat Moore making a really good name for herself in this game. She says Gabby Plain who when it comes to the pitching staff at Washington. Gabby Plain eating up all the innings for Washington this year, but great curveball across the dish out of the lefty's hand. Really good strikeout. Her second one on the night.
Carly Nance, who was the starting pitcher, and if she's not pitching, she stays in the DP role. Brilliant season for her, especially the last couple of weeks. Nance really toughing it out, having she's not 100% healthy, some issues with her back, but still has had a great postseason. MVP of the WAC tournament for the 2nd straight time.
And Pam, I need to give a little bit more love to Pat Moore with Cathcart. That was Cathcart's 2nd strikeout of the night, but then she also got Sylvan out, so she has 3 strikeouts on the night. I need to make sure I give that nod to her.
Yes.
There in the circle.
Yeah, she is giving them all they could ask for and more to give Gabby Plain a little extra rest. And Michigan with their pitching staff, boy, Beaubien with the no-hitter on opening day. And then you get Storako out there, who just limited Washington to 1 run. They lead the country in earned run average, University of Michigan. Now a full count. That's the 3rd full count for Pat Moore, but it has not yet given up either a walk or a hit. No base runners at all for Seattle through the first 4 1/3. Actually, the 4th full count for Moore, and there goes the perfect game. First base runner.
And that's kind of exactly what happened to Beaubien in the opening round of this regional. She had a hit batter and a walk that prevented her perfect game. So there, she's probably going to blame you, Pam, honestly, for verbalizing it. But
no hitter still intact as Sylvan comes up. Stadium for quite a while, and very emotional. And you know what that's like when you're Arizona, when you're with your teammates for the very last time. And I mean, it's like 4 years when you go in. Sounds like the blink of the eye, sounds like a long time. And then before you know it, it's over, and that's it.
Well, and Pam, it actually goes deeper than that too, because when you are a senior in college, you have worked since you were probably 5, 6 years old at the craft of playing softball. And what comes next? It's a very scary chasm to try to step across, not knowing what life is like on the other side without softball.
And a second straight full count for Moore. He's trying to nail this down again in a run rule situation. Seattle needs to score a run to send us to the 6th inning. Another full count pitch on the way to Sylvan with Nance at first. Swing and a miss. 2 away, and then the throw down. The game's over. Nance trying to get to second, and Pat Moore with a 5-inning no-hitter. And what a way to end it. Flores gunning out Nance.
Carly Nance trying to advance on the strikeout, but was caught stealing. That's the end of the game. And then 8-0 run rule win. But look at this, a ball, the swing and the miss, the celebration cut short as Nance trying to advance. Sis Bates, of course, the one with the tag out, right?
Exactly.
Your defensive player of the year. In the Pac-12 for the 3rd year in a row. Washington able to come away with the win in the elimination game here. They will face Michigan tomorrow at 8 p.m.
And how about Pat Moore, who gets the win, and she will be joining us. Hey, Pat, can you hear us?
Hi.
Hi. Hey, good job tonight. First off, congratulations, your first career no-hitter. When were you told that you were going to get the start in this game?
Just before the game, we knew we had to come out, and I got the ball, and I wanted to do it for my team, so it was cool. Good opportunity, and I'm excited for tomorrow.
Well, when it comes to pitching in the circle, explain to us what it's like pitching with a lot of run production and pitching when it's a really tight game. What's that mentality like?
I think when we have runs on the board, we can just pitch to our defense. I mean, we have the best defense in the country, one of them, and you know, it gives us the opportunity to just throw strikes and get it done, and try to go 3 up or down every inning so we can get back in the dugout and get more runs. But yeah.
So exciting for you. And when it comes to tomorrow, it's going to be a winner-go-home situation in that game 1 against Michigan. What's the game plan, do you think, going into that one?
Just compete with all we have, you know. It's just going to be such a good game. I'm excited, and we're going to do what we do, play Husky softball, and I think it's going to be awesome, so I'm excited.
Yeah, Pat Moore, just 72 pitches, your first career no-hitter. Did you realize you had a perfect game going as you went back out there in the 5th, knowing you were 3 outs away from a run rule?
No, I didn't realize, but.
All right, in the final, we're showing your final out, the strikeout and then the throw down, the caught stealing. Boy, you talk about your defense as Flores threw it down to Sis Bates. What's it like to play with Sis Bates at shortstop?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it gives you the confidence to, you know, throw strikes. And we have Sis, Bailey, Taryn. We have a stud outfield, Morgan behind the plate, Kelly at first. It's so awesome to have people and just their energy they bring. And I always have confidence. Like, if it's hit to them, we got an out every time. So it's cool.
And it's certainly cool very much. It worked out that way. Congratulations, your first career no-hitter. And I'm sure most importantly to you, Washington will play Michigan tomorrow. Thanks a lot, Pat.
Thanks. Bye.
As she said, Jennifer, it's cool. She did it. And in all seriousness, this is great. Gabby Plain did not have to pitch tonight, so some extra rest. They're going to need Gabby to be as close to 100% tomorrow when they take on Michigan. Michigan is 1 win away from advancing to the Super Regional.
Yeah, you got to remember that Washington comes into this one with a loss under their belt. So if they are able to beat Michigan in that 8 o'clock game, we will turn right back around with an if necessary game at 10:30. So Washington, their backs against the wall. They're going to need to knock off Michigan in that 8 o'clock game.
And the season for Seattle University is over. And what a season it was. Back-to-back WAC champions. And Coach Hiride, no doubt going to have some nice words. Possum Power a little bit short, but the bats finally come alive for the Huskies. Can they do it again tomorrow? We'll see you at 8 Eastern time for Washington and Michigan. For Jenny Dalton-Hill, the rest of our crew, great job, everyone. Here in Seattle, we will see you tomorrow. I'm Pam Ward as we say so long, no hitter for more.